All right, Sean, this is a video at Wildwood. It's going to be like a multi-purpose video for you to look at this and Kenneth to look at it, everybody looking at the video. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about is the wood walkway right here, wood or concrete walkway from the porch to the driveway. If you step back, the idea is for this driveway for two cars to pull down there, park, and each one individually be able to back up and turn around in the front yard right here, basically. So you can imagine the idea I told the concrete person was to stop the driveway to turn around. Basically, even with the left side of that right window right there, that's where the concrete will end on the ground right here, like right here, kind of like right there. So now we're saying, well, how's someone getting from the driveway to the front porch? We thought about, and if you can see, I don't know if you can see the grade right here, but it's kind of high. The concrete's kind of up high. If you can see here, and you look right along this grade, it's really hard to tell, but this level, the dirt right here, is at least, if not higher than the bottom part of the front porch over there. It's really close to being level with the front porch. Let's see if I can walk around here. It's kind of muddy right here, but maybe I can walk around here and get a different view of it. Yeah, so if you look here, the grade right here on the left, right here, is about a foot. It's very close to being even with the bottom of the porch there, probably a little bit higher. So if we brought that wood over, imagine we just built a wood walkway from the center of the door over to the edge of the concrete, we're probably going to be like right at 7-inch step right there. So they should be able to step right up onto that platform. I'm just wondering what you think about that. The reason I'm talking about doing that is because the drainage coming from the left side over there, if we put concrete right here and steps, we're really leaving no place for all that to drain out over there. It's going to be kind of just draining right up against the concrete and puddling up. Unless we create some kind of drainage system right here, which is a lot. That means doing a lot more. So trying to do the cheapest option. And you were questioning before about it looking like a moat. I mean, I don't want that either. I don't want this looking weird, but my thoughts on it, I don't think it will. If we did like a 4-foot wood platform from the concrete to the door. So let's think about that. We got to answer this question really before Monday, because they're supposed to come Monday and do the concrete. And while I'm talking about it, what we opted to do was just remove this small section of concrete. They said by the time they start trying to drill into this concrete to salvage it, we should just remove it and just leave the concrete right there on the longer part of the driveway. We'll leave it as is right there. So if you want to see like right here a little bit better, this is what I'm saying. This part right here is where the water will hit, and it kind of goes down a hill like this and drains out that way. That's why we don't really want to create a sidewalk that comes from here that's at ground level and goes over to here, because then we create a area right here where the water comes over and it has to hit that, so it's just resting right there. Versus if we can build like the same deck height we got there straight out over to the concrete, then all this water can run underneath it and go on about its business down the front of the house right there. That's something to think about, but we really need to think about how it's going to look from the front porch there out here to the concrete. And maybe get somebody else's decision, like Melissa's decision or their opinion on it, Shannon's opinion, and see what they say about it. That pretty much is it for that. I want to go ahead too while I'm here. The gutters aren't on. We still have to do our gable dressings right here on both gables. Maybe get your opinion on that too. I think we talked about coming down 3.5 pieces of siding. I think that's like 30 inches or so. So 1, 2, 3.5. So look at that and see what you think about if we come down 3.5 pieces of siding, and then basically at that point just go level across, one straight up to the peak, one at an angle this way, one at an angle this way. on both gables. All right, so I'm gonna track through the mud here just to make a video of what the concrete's gonna look like and stuff. I guess it'd be kind of weird if we did do sod just right here across the front, like from here 12 foot that way. I think that might look kind of wacky looking. You can see the washout though, it's just washing bad. I mean, we're gonna have to do some dressing up on this before we even sell it. So probably some manual dressing on it. Walk around this way. There's our HVAC unit. Oh yeah, we got to paint all this too. It's crawl space. That's another thing. We need to pick this paint color. And remember, I'm okay with going back with. I definitely don't want to do that concrete. Do not want to do the concrete gray. I'm even thinking on this one to give a little color, go a little darker, like a slate type gray. A good reference to that is the house that we're trying to copy on this one, and it's got a darker color on the foundation, which I think is like a stone on that house. But that's what I'm leaning towards, so get your opinion on that and see what you think about it. The yard back here, I guess, is okay. Wish we could have had more grass than we got now. Maybe want to reseed this again, put another layer of hay on it maybe. Right here, we got to build a door right here too. I forgot about. We got to build what I was going to do right here is put a concrete landing that's basically level with that footer. I don't know if you can see the footer that's right there peeping through the mud, but so make that the height of the concrete, make the landing go to the bottom, to that step, all the way over to this door opening, to this side of the door opening right here. That way when they walk down the steps, they come all the way here and can go under this house and still be on concrete without having to step off of it. I don't think it's a big deal if they did have to step off of it, but I also don't think it's a big deal just to make this come on over that far either. So, and peeping under the house here, so I guess Luke, the plumber, has came in here and put in our hot water heaters in here. So yeah, we should be good to go. Once we get power on so we can turn lights on in here and stuff, we should be able to really see under here too if any little punch item needs to be addressed on it. But I think that's all. I think we're all good now. Maybe we can straighten up this moisture barrier a bit, and got to get this door right here built, which is, I gotta figure that out. What type of door to put right here? I may check and see, take a measurement of this and see if Blake can. I'm gonna put this phone down for a second and measure this opening. That opening is basically 36 by 71. I need to see if Blake can order that. Yeah, but you can really get an idea of how much of this foundation is going to be exposed right here now. There's a lot. It's huge, almost like a basement back here. So this porch, you got to have a little bit of touch up done on it. I'm not real happy on how this turned out at the end of the day when I really start looking at it. I know we're the code and all that, but just the final tuning carpentry part of it's not real happy about it. Looks like it got cleaned off pretty good underneath there. Probably put some hay or something over there just to have something covering that mud up. And there again, just so you guys have an idea on the concrete, I was talking about coming probably about 6 foot from here over, and then over like 21 feet or something like that. Enough for 2 vehicles to come and park here and here. The idea being basically for them to come build a pull down in here, if you got a truck or whatever, and be past the edge of the handrail right there. That way you pull down in here comfortably, grab your groceries or whatever out, and you walk up the steps into the house. That's the idea. On the concrete, just so you can see that. I'm making some notes for myself too with this. Probably need to get this grass possibly cut or weeded it real close right here before they even get here. Alright. I need to just get someone to shore up this deck. See if we can tighten up these corners a bit or something on it. Yeah, it's a little bit off there. It may even be worth, there might be a lot of value in just replacing these top boards on these angles, because that's just so important. It really makes you look at the deck real hard when you see these big angles. You start looking at everything on the deck then. So we may want to do that. We could probably get two. The ones that are bad is that one and this one. So we could literally get a 12-footer, an 8-footer, two 8-footers and a 12-footer and fix that. And then on the rest of them, just shore them up real good like that picket. Put the picket back that's broken. Possibly even stain this. Possibly. We need to get this fireplace fresh air vents, what this is. Trust me, I know that. Fresh air vents secured. Everything else out here looks pretty good. Electrical looks good, and siding looks good, roofing looks good. I think we just got to mess with this deck a little bit. Deck, a little bit of landscaping. Get the gutters installed, the concrete put in. And we should be doing pretty good then. Walk inside the house here now. All right, coming in here, still gotta get the fireplace done. I think we've all talked about that numerous times over the last week. There's a lot of trim, a lot of paint touch up in here. It's kind of hard to see because it's a pretty dreary day today. It's hard to see stuff like that, but it's basically everywhere around every door and window and trim is a different color. Now I can see it pretty good right here. Even with the shadow, you can kind of see, it looks like the cut-in part's darker than the actual paint that was put on the wall is the problem, and that's a problem in a lot of places. I mean, right here, it's really obvious at the front door that it's like that. Yeah, that's not a shadow you're seeing in the corner right there. That's actually different paint. There is some paint in here, maybe. Hopefully we got lucky. And this paint, some of it's the right paint. I don't know. Just hoping. We gotta get our shelving put in the closets. It's been ordered. It was actually supposed to have been here today. So I have to call them probably first thing in the morning to see what happened. Why it's not in. We got to get these access panel, these access hole, attic access holes. We got to get drywall put in there and get that covered up. Moving here to the master. Noah and Shane are out here tearing out the tile shower. And they pretty much got it tore out. We may try to salvage this rubber membrane. Maybe. But then again, I'm almost scared it might have got a hole poked in it or something. Looks like all they need to do is get done with the curb there and it'll be finished. So we're going to go on up like 8 foot with tile all the way around. And what happened with this was Shane said that down at the bottom where it wasn't screwed, the Durarock was pulled off the wall down here and wasn't screwed, and this membrane is too tight too. This membrane is not loose enough for the stuff to be able to be screwed off. It's kind of holding the Durarock off, so we probably just need to replace this membrane. It was put in too tightly. So, but we'll get this fixed up and make it look really nice. And again, the mirrors and shelving should have been here today. They're probably just behind for some reason, but not in. We got some base we still got to put in here. All around all the base in here. The shoe mold had to be recut and put on. A little bit of sheetrock repair after the fact. Probably has to be run. We'll wait till the shower's done to come back over here and reassess that. Oh man, we got power over here now? I didn't realize we had power. Guys, we got power in this house now? How did we got the lights on in that bathroom?
Oh, well, I put all the breakers on that we're using.
Well, hell, if the power's on over here now, does the AC should work?
I put it on and I couldn't get it to get cool.
Couldn't get it to get cool.
Yeah. And when I said yes, I saw it was.
Did you turn on the panel? You turn on the disconnect up there?
Is there a disconnect?
There's disconnects on all of it, yeah. So you'll have to take the disconnect and make sure it's on. Go do that. Because let's go ahead and check that while I'm on the video. Yeah, because we got to know that. We're supposed to pay Willie, and we want to make sure if there's a problem with this HVAC. Wow, there's a lot of blank circuits in this panel box.
What, how's all jumbled around?
No, it's just a lot of blank circuits in here. I'm hoping that there is. Okay, that's a stove, HVAC. Okay, yeah, I guess it's just that many. But yeah, there's an issue with this HVAC. We're not going to give him the rest of the payment yet. You got to come get this started up. Can't believe I'm walking around in here. I'm like thinking the power's not on. The freaking power's on. Go ahead and cut all these breakers on. Which the little ones on?
I was trying to leave the stove and all that other stuff on.
Yeah, I'm not turning on the 220s.
Okay.
But see, you got the dryer, water heater. We won't worry about the AC. Is right here. We'll leave the stove off. Air handler, 60 amp. That's on. Okay, so that's on there. So let's see. Smoke detectors. Might as well cut them on. So the hall light breakers is smoke detectors are working. Micro and kitchen. What about the kitchen outlets? Was that disconnect off?
It was on.
It was on?
Yep.
Okay, there's not another switch or nothing up there, nowhere around that unit, is it? Oh, it may be the outside one. Let me go check. That way you got to walk out there. This video is going to be super long, but I really don't matter really. Trying to see if this. Yep, this was not on. That's probably the problem. This was off. Now it should kick on. Wow. Yes, we will have temperatures. Hopefully cooler temperatures in here. Everybody be wanting to work really hard in here. Everybody be fighting to get to Wildwood to finish it. Because they'll be like, yes, I'm not having to sweat to death trying to finish it. Good news, that was off.
It was off.
Outside. So what if,
That's not what we're check.
yeah, you always got to check that.
The AC wasn't working outside one we bought.
Let's set it at like 76. And let's make sure it don't change. Let's leave it at 76. We want to make sure it cuts off easily. If you set it down low, it won't cut off. The doors open and stuff. It'll probably take it a second to compressor to kick on. And
It's not cold, but it's kicking on.
yeah, it's gonna take a second, dude.
That shit looks so good upstairs.
Oh,
the attic
that's why Willie did the heat and air, because he does a freaking excellent job on it.
Well, just the framing and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's why we want Sean. If you're still watching the video, this is why we have Willie do it. The HVAC. You see this trunk line, how it's ran? A lot of people don't do that. And then they branch everything off. A lot of people cram all that into the little box that's right there on the air handler. So he's a cheap, and he goes above and beyond to do it right. It's the guy that done my personal house. And oh yeah, while we're up here too, we got to get the insulation installed. A little bit of blown insulation has got to be put in over here on the flat ceiling, and over on the other side. I think it's like $800 or something. But over on the kitchen side also. Got a nice little platform up here. We got a nice little light and a plug-in. Yeah, a little bit of trash to get out of them up here, but not much. This guy's running now, so we should start filming some. I think I just heard I think something just kicked on, like the cooling part it did. I feel it being pumped through the system, so we should be getting cool now. We should definitely start feeling some cool air now. Okay, that's a return. Yeah, it feels like it's getting a little bit of cool air coming out now, yeah. Cool. This is a super long video, but it should have all my all the answers to my questions on it. We got the wiring cell got to be put in here. Double doors got to be ordered right here for the laundry room. Try to order them first thing in the morning from Blake. Might as well go ahead and go back up in here. Get this out of my way. Oh, light switch right there. Got a nice set of metal attic steps. Everything should be good in here. Just need our shelving. We got our dome light. We got our double switches added in case someone wants to come and put a fan in there, they can. It's dark in here. We're gonna salvage the tile from the shower in here. We've got to finish the baseboard behind the toilet and butt up to the vanity. Finish the shoe molding. We also had to do some drywall repair. It's hard to see right here around the edge of the shower tile. Because the tile guy should have come on over 2 inches, but he didn't. So now we got to fix the sheetrock around that. Waiting on the mirrors and shelving, which we've talked about that. Need a piece of shelf in here in the laundry. Need the double doors on the laundry. They're in here installing the appliances right now. Sean, I've measured the tile too, so I'll be able to tell you how much backsplash we need, how much we need for the shower. I've got all that wrote down. So Got a little bit of base we got to fix in here or finish. And here on either side of the cabinets. Put a piece behind the fridge right there. Now my idea is to stop this backsplash, like come over so that someone could actually get a 30-inch fridge, which I don't think they ever will, but they could, and it still cover behind the refrigerator. So I'm coming over 2 foot basically. There, 2 foot here, leaving this blank, leaving all this blank. There's no sense in paying for all that when you're never gonna see it. And over here, put the backsplash all the way across here, and just have it come up to the edge of the bottom of the microwave bracket. So it'll come up here and go up to here. Yeah, put some more base right there. And that's pretty much it for this. I think I've covered everything on this 25-minute video. The back side of that bar looks plain. I don't know if we should do some kind of trim out on that, some kind of, I don't know, some kind of boxing on it or something maybe, possibly. But yeah, that should be it. Shane, we can close that window in there now. We turned the air on. Let's shut this. Oh, you already did, didn't you? Yeah. Shut the window. You guys are sweating all day, and the AC works. Yeah. Then crawl the shovel in there. Cool. That's going to conclude this video.